So how do I tell I have a wall that is structural or not? So this house is an old style module. So it's pretty obvious in a module how to tell if a wall is structural or not. So we're going to look at this wall right here. This wall goes the whole length of the building. This part of the building. Okay, we're not talking about that section over here, but this part. It goes the whole length, and you can tell that it's sandwiched together. So if we get a good shot on this, there is a piece of plywood back here. There's 2 layers of plywood. So it's like 2 walls come together. So it's pretty obvious that that's structural. The other telltale sign, especially, it's really easy in my house, because if you look at these trusses, they are split in half, and they come and land on this wall. So this wall has to be structural to be holding that. So in a house like this, it's pretty obvious. You just got to use some of the common sense. You're like, okay, if a wall goes the whole length of your building, for example, and you got your trusses going this way, and your wall is going this way, that can be a structural wall. A way to tell if it is not, in a newer house construction, it is possible to have walls that don't need to support your rafters at all, because rafting engineering has gotten so good over the years. So I had an old house, and this is a good example of this. The wall that was just like this, except it wasn't 2 pieces, but it was in the middle of the building. I knew it wasn't structural because it didn't go the whole length of the building. And that's a telltale sign. If it's a truly structural wall holding up your roof, it's not going to go halfway down your building. It's going to go the whole length of the building. The whole length of the roof, I actually should say better. So that's a very good way to tell if it's structural. If you have, for example, you see these rafters are going this way. This wall right here is going in the same direction of the rafters. So that wall could never be structural. So it's very easy to tell on those simple things. Now, there are certain circumstances which it can be more difficult to tell if you have a structural wall or not. Please, reach out to someone that's a carpenter or an engineer. But I just wanted to give you guys a good rough idea on how to tell if your wall is structural or not. I would always get second opinions, especially if you do not have a lot of construction experience. If you have a ton of construction experience, usually a carpenter can tell very easily if a wall is structural or not. So, let me know what you think. And if there's any comments, questions, please leave them.